This week's adventure, I'm going to head over to Whidbey Island, which is just across the way from my campsite here. Of course, to get there, I have to head up north through Mount Vernon, Anacortes, that area. So I'm going to clean up the car a little bit here and then head out, and we'll see what the lower half of Whidbey Island is like. After a quick shower, I headed out, and there were tons of trees down on the way out, but fortunately the Park Service had taken care of most of those trees and moved them off the road. For a brief stop at the grocery store to pick up supplies, I hit the road again and headed off of Camano Island and up towards Whidbey. I don't usually take the interstate if I can help it. I find these back roads are a lot more scenic, and in this particular route, I think it might actually even be slightly faster. I decided to take the route around Mount Vernon itself and go through Conway and La Conner instead. It's a much more scenic route and a lot more fun to drive. If you've seen my previous video from a couple weeks ago where I was on Whidbey Island, you'll know this is the Deception Pass Bridge, and that big hill off on the left of the screen there is where I was hiking. After driving for about an hour, I reached my final destination, which is Fort Casey. This was a fort back in the late 19th, early 20th century that protected the entrance to the Puget Sound, along with other forts out in Port Townsend and on Marrowstone Island. The two gigantic cannons at this fort are relatively unusual. Most of those cannons were shipped off to the war effort in World War I and never made it back because they were basically obsolete by the time the war ended. But two of them remain here, and these are the original cannons that were at the fort. While the two big cannons are still there were many more before, and they've since been removed. The storerooms underneath the fort are still available and accessible, and there's lots of little tunnels and rooms that you can go explore. An enormous light also was located at the fort as a way to spot incoming ships in the dark. It was extremely large and powerful, and every fort in the area had one. One of the best parts about this fort is all the steep staircases and hilltops that you can climb up and see large panoramic views of the surrounding area. Due to its location, Fort Casey is extremely windy, and as you can see here, it was a windy day. It didn't bother me too much though, because there was this smaller gun that was for attacking faster boats. Interestingly, in the side of this hill was a tunnel which went to a switchboard. Unfortunately, it was locked. The top of the fort has lots of trails with panoramic views. Here you can see the harbor for the ferry terminal and a barge that is sitting there dredging it. This is apparently one of the more difficult routes for ferries to dock at, and as you can see here, the ferry is moving practically sideways because of the wind and current, and they have to do all this and somehow manage to sneak into an extremely shallow port. In the past, they have sometimes missed and run aground, but fortunately this harbor is relatively muddy and they were able to get the ferry off. Here you can see the view looking down south towards the Puget Sound. This is where the wind was coming from, so it was very windy and cold that day. It didn't bother me too much though, and it was still fun looking at all the spectacular views and this wood-covered beach. You can also go down to the beach and look at the amazing bluffs that are all falling into the ocean. I got really lucky with this campground. It's probably the busiest campground I've been at in a couple of months, and I happened to find this awesome space that was free at the end of the point on the beach here, so I get the sound of the waves all night, which is cool. The only downside to being here is I can only be here one night. I could probably leave and then come back tomorrow at 2:30, just leave for the day. So I'm planning on going other parks anyways, so it doesn't really matter too much one way or the other. Maybe I'll find another cool park to stay at, or maybe I'll just come back here, we'll see. But for tonight, this is awesome. And I just want to say I appreciate my 6 subscribers I have right now, and I hope to at least get up to 10 very soon. So remember to like and subscribe.